All right, y'all, if I could at this time, I'd like to take a moment to start off this episode with a 12-second moment of silence in honor of the topic we're going to be covering today. Thank you. Now, for those of you who don't know, the card on one side was former NFL wide receiver Jacoby Jones. Now, this is going to be our first player profile of the Fourth Down Forum umbrella. Why are we covering this topic? Well, for those of you who don't know or live under a rock, unfortunately, Jacoby Jones passed away last weekend. And Jacoby Jones was one of the players who got me into the NFL when I was first getting into it on my own and exploring like, oh, these are the Ravens, these are the players, this is who plays for this team. So, you know, it's crazy to think the man was only 40 years old. He passed away in his sleep in his home state of New Orleans, Louisiana. He was surrounded by family. But that said, we're not going to focus on the bad. We're going to focus on the good and the legacy that this man left behind. If I don't sound, thrilled to be covering this, death is never an easy topic to cover. And I'm still dealing with allergies, sinus infections, stuff like that. So bear with me. Appreciate it. Jacoby Jones was a wide receiver who played for Lane College. He was drafted in the third round of the 2007 NFL draft by the Houston Texans. He played for the Houston Texans from 2007 to, I want to say, about 2011. The reason he was cut by the Texans in 2011, their downfall, our gain, and I say our being the Ravens, is because he bobbled a punt or kick return in a playoff game against us in the 2011 playoffs. So during the offseason, after everything was said and done, they let him go. The Ravens signed him, and the Ravens had come up short the year before in the 2011, in that same year actually, in the 2011 conference championship game. They were a missing piece away, and I will stand by this for the rest of my life. Jacoby Jones was that missing piece to that team. He was an electric return man. It was an electric wide receiver 3. He wasn't 1. Anquan Bolden at the time was 1. Torrey Smith was 2. Shout out to both those guys. I know they are having a really hard time dealing and processing this probably. Played for the Ravens from, I want to say, 2012, 2013, 2014, I want to say he was there. 2015, he played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He went to the enemy, which is crazy. You're not supposed to do that in the world of sports, but, it happens. It's a business. Patrick Queen just did the same thing, so, Then he went to the San Diego Chargers at the time. I know they're the Los Angeles Chargers now. They may have been then too, but they will always be the San Diego Chargers. Let's keep it a buck. So that said, after he did his playing career, he was on Dancing with the Stars. Him and his dancing partner, I don't remember her name, for that. They came up in the finals. They made it to the finals, but they finished in third place. After Jacoby Jones was done playing, Dancing with the Stars, all that, he had a bit of coaching. He had a bit of a coaching background too, because after he was done playing, he ended up coaching for his college as a wide receivers coach. He was a tight end coach at one point, and he was a wide receiver coach for Alabama State, I believe. But that said, this is not the end of the episode, obviously. We are going to take some time to talk about my favorite Jacoby Jones moments. And I do want to know, that's going to be your question of the pod. What is your favorite Jacoby Jones memory or moment? Because some of mine are the Thanksgiving game against the Steelers, where, Mike Tomlin tried to trip him up on that return. Super Bowl 47, which, really cool that he got to win the Super Bowl in his home state. I know when I was in New Orleans, like 3-4 years ago, I wanted to stop and get a picture of Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Give me just a second, y'all. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Because, that's the place where we won Super Bowl 47. Another favorite memory of mine was when he played the Cowboys. That game was exciting. Just really cool stuff to see. And like I said, some of his accolades. He was in the Pro Bowl 2012. He had multiple AFC special team players of the weeks, as one would imagine, as a return specialist. And, it's just crazy to think that he's gone now. He had a daughter. He had family that he left behind. And the causes of his death are still unknown at this time. I'm not going to go looking for him because, personally, I don't think that's something you should ever do when, other athletes have passed away. There have been people that are like, "Ooh, look at this. Let's look at this." I'm like, I'm not going to look into all that. That's disrespectful to the player. That's disrespectful to the family of the player. And, it's really crazy to see stuff like that happens. But, I will cherish this card forever because, you never know. But thank you, Jacoby Jones, for all that you did for the Ravens. Thank you for winning us that Super Bowl. Some people would argue that he should have been Super Bowl MVP over Joe Flacco, and you could definitely make a case for that. So the saddest part about this all, obviously, other than his passing, is that man had just celebrated his 40th birthday. And a couple days later, he passed away. But thank you, Jacoby Jones, for all you did for the Ravens, for all you did for the NFL, for all you did for the fans who, grew up watching you. It is greatly appreciated and will not go unnoticed. That said, let's get into some later stuff on this channel. Stuff coming up on the podcast. We're in a weird transitional period because, basketball ended. Baseball's still going on, but we don't really cover that a lot. Wrestling. I am going to be doing a SummerSlam prediction video. I try to do one every year. There might be a different format. So this setup right here may not be behind me. We're going to tinker with it, see what it is, and go about it that way. Your NFL season preview will be happening. It may not be in the episode order that I originally had put on community, but it is going to be happening. Your college preview episode will be happening. We're going to cover the Hall of Fame game. I didn't get to cover it last year like I wanted to. There may be a training camp episode. There may be. Like I said, all work in pieces. I'm still formulating. I'm still doing this, still tinkering with stuff. We're still trying to grow the channel. Right now, guys, we are at 229 subs. The next giveaway we do is going to be at 500 subs. And I've already decided what the giveaway prize is going to be on that one. The winner of the 500 giveaway sub contest is going to win a mini helmet of their team. So if you're subscribed to the channel and let's say you're a Chargers fan, you'll win a Chargers mini helmet. You're a Giants fan, you'll win a Giants, so forth, so forth. But that said, y'all, I really thought this was going to be a longer episode. It's not looking like it's going to be that long today. Thank you all for the support. I greatly appreciate it. Not all these episodes are always going to be, I try to keep them short. I try to keep them to like anywhere between 10 to 20 something minutes because I know people were on the move, people were on the go. And yeah, thank y'all. I appreciate it. Shout out Jacoby Jones, Forever 12. And yeah, catch y'all on the next one.